Welcome back to Arkansas Bigfoot. Glad y'all came with us. This is Guardians of the Forest Part Deuce. We just got done refilling this first big gifting tree and we wanted to pick it up where we left off and venture on back to the second area. So this is a 1 month anniversary of the full moon night that we caught the orb on video. And we brought all the gear with us. We're gonna come out again tonight, or stay out tonight, and try to do a little bit of night footage, and hopefully something will turn up and something will turn out. We will find out.
Out that it seems like Big Daddy visits just about
a
every month,
day or two before the full moon. Big Daddy arrives.
Maybe that's his calendar. I don't know.
So we're thinking that's what they use, a lunar calendar, to mark their meeting times. Or I'm running my trustworthy iPhone because we were having camera and computer issues yesterday with stuff that we were trying to do. Rachel's got the new Canon camcorder and she's gonna try to take some odd and end footage with that, and if we find anything useful we'll definitely share it with you. Last month on the full moon there was all kinds of glyph and structure activity, and this month it's the exact same thing. More and more new arches, more and more new glyphs. Stuff has been moved around. Found some different things that they've collected up in the woods and brought up around the gifting areas. This first one had a old tin can they had brought up to it and had put some marbles and sticks in it for us. Now when I say they put marbles in it, I mean they put marbles that we had left at the gifting tree for them. They didn't just mysteriously appear out of nowhere. They're marbles that we brought out to the woods and left for them to see if they would move them around or have any interest with them. But we're at twilight, so it's that perfect time of evening when things really start moving around. So maybe we'll get lucky. But so far we've caught distant pictures of them through the trees. We've heard them whoop and make sounds. We heard the one talking to us on the video that afternoon and found all kinds of crazy structures and glyphs and nests, and we think we've got a new addition to their troop back here, because we found little tiny footprints and seen the starts of little bitty structures. We had took some apples and made another little gifting area back there in the back where the little feet prints were at. And yeah, it's starting to quiet down really good.
Twig snap over here on the hillside. It's getting about that hour though.
That's what I was just telling these guys, that it's twilight. We're getting into the zone, so.
Land of weird. It is pretty with all this rain.
Yeah, the trees are starting to bud out. The grass is starting to come up through the pine straw on the ground. We got flowers coming up in the yard, so. What is the name of this full moon tonight?
Well, some call it the crow moon. It's supposed to be a supermoon, meaning that it's closer to the earth, I believe. Ultimately, it symbolizes spring. Some traditions, it's a sap moon. For others, it's a Lent moon, you know, depending on where they're from and their local traditions.
Maybe that's how they surmised it's a supermoon. It's got so many names.
I'd have to agree.
All right, guys, so this was brand new that we found yesterday back here. This is the path that we normally walk going to that last gifting tree. And this great big Union Jack is right here blocking the trail with another A or triangle glyph down below it.
And this across. This felt like a door.
So I think this is our doorway to the other land. And we've got all kinds of new leaners and limbs in places that they weren't before. Well, see, that's what it did to me yesterday, and I didn't realize it till we got to the house. I thought I shot an entire half hour of continuous video, and when we got back and I tried to...
Yeah, it did. It shut mine off.
When I tried to put it on the computer, it was broke into 6 different segments and rearranged and butchered full of holes where several minutes were lost off of each section of clip.
I got here, we got the camera out, and I was sitting there just happy city going at it and kept taking pictures I didn't take.
Well, so far the iPhone hasn't given me any glitches that I'm aware of. That's why I'm using it today. And another little vine arch going on here.
There's a small arch over there.
Another
Little
small,
shorty.
little tiny arch over there on the edge of the creek. So yeah, it just popped up all over the place here in the last couple days. So up through that section of the woods, there was all kinds of new stuff that we saw yesterday.
I think we were talking between ourselves about how these spots that are framed at the
Around
base
these
of all
trees.
these trees, and they're everywhere, are kind of like, what do we call them? Like portal paths,
Kind of like
where
a
they
leap,
can
leap pad, I
yeah,
guess.
like they can zap maybe from tree to tree, or that they've framed in the energy so they can meld with the trees easier.
Maybe.
But every time we take the rods over these spots, they literally cross with no thought.
They definitely have an energy to them when you
I keep trying, but I haven't disappeared yet.
take the EMF meter and hold it over some of these areas out here. The EMF meter spikes.
Hey, that'd be all right.
Well, I did that one afternoon when you were gone to work. I was just curious. I wanted to see.
Did we try the compass?
So I used the EMF meter on my phone, and I'd stand over or under some of these arches and glyphs and things, and it would spike at several of them.
Now, when I held it in front of the arches, they'd open way up.
That little glyph's been there for a month.
Yeah.
It came last month at the full moon.
Oh no, mosquito.
Yeah, we had to spray ourselves down with the off before we came out here today. Yesterday we found out the hard way that the ticks all came out of hibernation. So
Creepy. They're creepier than the Squatch.
oh yeah, I don't need any kind of tick infections. That's never a good thing for anybody. That's another thing to put in your Bigfoot hunting kit if you're gonna go out in the woods in the spring, summer, or
10
fall.
gallons of off.
Yeah, 55-gallon industrial drum of off. If they still made the DEET, I'd say use the DEET, but or if they still let the public have access to the DEET.
Yeah. If you can avoid putting it on your skin all day.
So that white pan that had been hanging on that broken tree got moved up here by this gifting tree, and all the little necklace beads that she had up here are gone. Of course, we put fresh apples and stuff in it yesterday, and I know that they're not going to be here. So there's a sucker stick laying on the ground in front of the tree. It's all gone again.
It used to be that if we only had a day between, that it wouldn't be messed with, but they're quick now.
So here, help me pull this backpack off, and I'll film around over this direction, and you can do what you want to do with the food and stuff. And there we go. Well, this was the area that we're going to try to night film tonight, so might as well take it off and give my back a little rest for a minute. But we're going to have to hike back over there sometime soon and check on that new little area that we put the apple and stuff out. So my right ankle's been swollen up for a couple of days, so been trying to give it just a little bit of a break. And the things you see when you don't have a slingshot.
You know what? The things I do. I didn't know I could still stand on my head.
I'm going to walk over here because I see one broken leaning against this tree that we didn't see yesterday. While you're doing that, I'm going to point this out. Yeah, the frogs are starting in again. Yeah, so that's been stuck in the mud and then stuck up through the vines, and you can see where it's snapped off of something. I was seeing this big limb right here stuck up into the vines and down. That wasn't there yesterday. It doesn't look like it's off of that tree. I don't see any break up there.
There's only one thing there.
Well, the rocks are still up over there on that stump.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't really gone any farther back than right here yesterday because I didn't want to push my ankle too bad, but we're gonna get prepped up and sit out here for a few hours after it gets dark and try to run some of the IR stuff and see if they want to come up and play a little patty cake with us. Alright guys, appreciate you tagging along, and if we get anything on the night video, I will definitely let you see. Thanks.